Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we are going to jump into a piece of Korean grammar that you will use all the time. It's how to talk about what you do before doing something else. It's absolutely essential for describing your day, so let's get right to it. So, have you ever found yourself wanting to say something like, I eat breakfast before going to school, or maybe I wash my hands before eating? Well, that key little phrase, before doing something, is exactly what we're going to master in Korean today. And the magic pattern for this is ki-jeon-ne. Let's say that nice and slow. Ki-jeon-ne. One more time. Ki-jeon-ne. You just attach this little guy to a verb stem to say before doing an action. And you know the best part? It's incredibly straightforward. There are no complicated rules to stress about. Okay, you know, the best way to really get the hang of this is just to hear it in action, right? So we're going to go through 5 really common examples. I'm going to read each one for you 3 times, very slowly, so you can really hear every single sound. Let's start with our first one. All right, here's our very first sentence. Just listen carefully. 학교에 가기 전에 아침을 먹어요. Let's hear that again, even slower now. 학교에 가기 전에 아침을 먹어요. And one final time, just let the sound sink in. 학교에 가기 전에 아침을 먹어요. So what does that actually mean? Let's break it down. The first action is 학교에 가다, which means to go to school. We just take the verb stem, which is 가, and pop on our new pattern to get 가기 전에, and that means before going. The second action is a-chi-meul 먹어요, I eat breakfast. So literally it's before going to school, I eat breakfast. See how simple that is? Okay, ready for sentence number 2? Let's listen closely. 자기 전에 책을 읽어요. Again, slowly. 자기 전에 책을 읽어요. And one last time. 자기 전에 책을 읽어요. So here, our verb is 자다. That just means to sleep. The stem is super simple. It's just 자. We add our pattern and we get 자기 전에, which is, you guessed it, before sleeping. Then the second part is 책을 읽어요, I read a book. A perfect sentence for talking about your evening routine. All right, let's move on to our third example. Now for this one, pay attention to the polite ending. It's a little different. 운동하기 전에 스트레칭을 하세요. Let's hear that again. 운동하기 전에 스트레칭을 하세요. And one more time. 운동하기 전에 스트레칭을 하세요. This one's great because it shows how you can use the pattern to give suggestions. 운동하다 means to exercise. So 운동하기 전에 is before exercising. The second part, 스트레칭을 하세요, uses that more formal ending to say something like, please do some stretching. It's a really nice way to give friendly advice. Okay, we're on a roll. Here's our fourth sentence. 친구를 만나기 전에 전화를 해요. Listen again, very clearly. 친구를 만나기 전에 전화를 해요. And a final time. 친구를 만나기 전에 전화를 해요. Let's pull this one apart. We've got 친구를 만나다, which means to meet a friend. So that becomes 만나기 전에, before meeting. Simple, right? The second action is 전화를 해요. I make a phone call. It just lays out the order of events perfectly. And for our last example, this is a super common one that you can probably start using today. 밥을 먹기 전에 손을 씻어요. Let's hear that again. 밥을 먹기 전에 손을 씻어요. One last time, really focus. 밥을 먹기 전에 손을 씻어요. This one is so useful. Definitely one to memorize. 밥을 먹다 means to eat a meal or just to eat. So 먹기 전에 is before eating, and the second action is 손을 씻어요. I wash my hands.
Okay, so you've heard it a bunch of times now. Let's just quickly go over the formal rule. But don't worry, it's honestly one of the easiest patterns in Korean, which is why it's so awesome for learners.
It's really just a simple process. First, you just find your verb stem. You know, for 가다, it's 가. For 먹다, it's 먹. Second, you just attach our pattern, ki-jeon-ne. That's it. No weird conjugations, nothing else to worry about. And finally, you just add the main action right after. So the big takeaways here are this pattern is all about chronological order. The action with ki-jeon-ne is the event that happens first. It's used constantly in spoken Korean, especially when you're talking about your daily routine with verbs like eating, going, and sleeping.
All right, to make sure this all really sinks in and sticks with you, let's do one last listening practice. We're going to review all 5 of those sentences from our examples. I'm going to read through the whole list very slowly 2 times.
Okay, let's do this. Just listen. 학교에 가기 전에 아침을 먹어요. 자기 전에 책을 읽어요. 운동하기 전에 스트레칭을 하세요. 친구를 만나기 전에 전화를 해요. 밥을 먹기 전에 손을 씻어요. Awesome. Let's do that one more time. And if you're feeling brave, try to say them along with me. 학교에 가기 전에 아침을 먹어요. 자기 전에 책을 읽어요. 운동하기 전에 스트레칭을 하세요. 친구를 만나기 전에 전화를 해요. 밥을 먹기 전에 손을 씻어요.
And there you have it. You now know exactly how to connect 2 actions in time using jeo-ne. So here's a little challenge for you. What do you do before you go to work? What do you do before you go to sleep? Try making a few sentences about your own life. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next explainer.